Hello and welcome to today's video. We are here for the round of 16 of the playoffs. These drivers here are in. So, I have 2,146 points, which means I have 146 playoff points, which means that that's from winning the regular season championship, winning races, and stages. Brad Keselowski has 11. So does Kyle Busch, Martin Truex, and Joe Logano. Kyle Larson has 10. Jimmy Johnson has 6. Rick Stenhouse, Chase Elliott, Eric Almirola, and Daniel Suarez each have 5. Kurt Busch and Denny Hamlin have 3. Matt Kenseth has 2. Ryan Newman has 1. And Clint Boyer got in on points alone. So, we can go back here and we can see of these drivers who actually won a race. So Brad Keselowski got 11 playoff points by winning stages. So Brad Keselowski won 11 stages. Kyle Busch won 11 stages. Martin Truex and Joe Logano each won a racing on 11 stages. So that, or 11 things. So that means that they got a couple stages and a win. Kyle Larson got 10 stage wins. Jimmy Nelson had 6 stage wins. Ricky Stenhouse, Eric Almirola, Chase Elliott, Daniel Suarez all got race wins. And Kurt Busch, Denny Hamlin, Matt Kenseth, and Ryan Newman all just had stages that they won. Paul Menard won 2 stages, and so did Austin Dillon, but did not make the playoffs. Paul Menard was making a run for a while, but he didn't go anywhere. And Timmy Hill won the first race at Dover this season, but did not make the playoffs because he got 115 points total. That's why I was really mad that I lost Dover in the season, because of that. So Paul Menard barely missing the playoffs. I thought he was in the beginning of the season. He was running so well, I don't really know what happened there. So I won 19. So Martin Truex, Joe Logano. So basically, these drivers. So besides me, Martin Truex, Joe Logano, Ricky Stenhouse, Chase Elliott, Eric Almirola, and Daniel Suarez are the only drivers that won a race this year. So we have to go race Chicagoland, New Hampshire, and Dover. Chicagoland and Dover, we have not won at yet in this series. Another track in the next week, we go to Kansas. Track we have not got a win at either. So the playoffs here, we can win tracks that we have not won yet. So let's go to Chicagoland and try to get ourselves. All right, here we go, guys. We are racing Chicagoland, starting in 14th position. And it's gonna be kind of wild here. Can we get a win at a track we have not won at yet? It's been a while since we've had winless tracks on the schedule for us here, but it's time. It's a little bit different heading into tracks that are winless, because I feel like, going to tracks we've already won or tracks that we're like super good at, they're like, tracks, okay, we won here. Going to Darlington was a track that in the first game I was just like, oh my god, we're going to Darlington. But we went to Darlington the second time, I'm like, alright, I know how to win here.
All clear, all clear.
I've done it. But this time here at Chicagoland, it's a track we haven't won yet. So I'm hoping that we can, and I feel like we have a chance, a solid chance. So it looks like we have a chance. We have a solid chance to advance into the next round after winning this race. Not just on points that we have, because we're locked into the next round, basically. They won't say you're locked in on points, but I have 130 points. 6 is the most you can gain in a race, so finish this race, even if I come in like second, I'll be locked in the next round. Easy mode. Is this easy mode? Alright, so we have 6 laps to go in the first stage here at Chicagoland. The car already running up a little bit up the track, but I'm sure we will get all that sorted out. For now, though, here at Chicagoland, we're doing what we gotta do. Running up here, winning races and winning stages, whatever we're trying to do. What we've done all season, carried here. Then in between the two winless tracks, we have New Hampshire. And that's a track that I feel very, very confident going to. And excitement. Then we head to Dover. Ooh, Dover. What a race. I'm looking forward to Dover. It's the only remaining track from NASCAR Heat Evolution that we did not win. That game consisted of Las Vegas, Dover, Auto Club, and Darlington. We won Las Vegas and Darlington in Season 1 to take them off of our list, and we won Auto Club in Season 2 to take it off of our list. All that was left from those four is Dover. And that was the one that was the hardest for us before. Actually, it wasn't. I take that back. The hardest for us before was Las Vegas, and that was the first one that we took off the list. The other ones were not easy, but we came close at Darlington. I thought that would have been off the list by the end of that game. I thought Auto Club would be too, because that was a track that I was really good at in 15. So was Darlington. Both those tracks were not ones I expected on there. Las Vegas, it was just a track I raced at. And Dover was the track I've never been good at in any NASCAR game ever. Like, I really have struggled at that game in every NASCAR game. Up until this one. NASCAR 2005, Chase for the Cup, really, really struggled there. NASCAR 2008, don't remember. Probably struggled. NASCAR 14 and 15, struggled. NASCAR Evolution, struggled. But now, we've got wins there in both the... Actually, I think we only have there in the Xfinity Series, but we won there in the Xfinity Series a couple times. Nearly got wins there a couple times in the Cup Series already. We've had 2 races that we nearly won. Dover. And then we had the Truck Series, which I believe we haven't won yet. We're right on the edge of winning, and hopefully Season 3 we will get that victory. Alright, Fiesta, you have to move, though. It worked out for the first little bit, but you got to go. You can go over there, though. I'm sure you'll love sleeping over there on my phone. Alright. Fucking Timmy Hill. Swear to God. You're gonna beat me at this track. I'm gonna fucking fight you.
Race is going green.
Alright, how many laps is the stage? 10 or 8? 10.
The bottom's clear. Outside.
Alright, I've cleared the slow cars. I've resumed my position as the race leader here at Chicagoland. 10 laps in this stage. We got the stage win, which gives us another playoff point going into the next round. So we should be up to 142 now when we move on to the round of 12. So we should be good there. Those cars staying out slowed everybody down so much. Look at that. Because they got in the way, it slowed everybody down by 2 seconds. Brad Keselowski finally cleared Jeffrey Earnhardt. So is Kyle Larson, so they have gotten past him. Now Matt Kenseth. Who's going to be the last guy? Jimmy Johnson? Kyle Busch. One of those two, probably. Who's going to be the last one to pass him? Nobody yet. He's still slowing cars down. Chase Elliott. Oh yeah, he is in... Chase Elliott is actually in with a win, so he's got a couple more points over some of the other guys here. Remember, those points do carry over into the round of 12 and the round of 8. So we will have a solid amount of points when we move on to the next round. We should have a good point cushion as we had previous times.
The yellow's out.
The caution is out. Any of the fast cars gonna go pit. They are not. Timmy Hill, DJ Kennington already fell that far back. Holy shit. God damn. Alright, here we go.
Ready.
Our first solid
Stay
test
sharp, the green's coming.
on a
Green,
restart
baby, let's go get it.
from the front row. What can we do?
Okay, that's the halfway mark.
3 laps to go here in stage number 2. Can we lock it up here with this stage victory here, or are we going to have to battle a little bit for it? Like, I'm not going to wreck my car for it at this point. I have enough. If Keselowski really wants to come take it from me, give your best shot, Bray. Come at me. If you want it, you can come get it, but I'm not crashing my car. It was a track I already won at. It wasn't the first race around, maybe, but it's a winless track in the first round. It's a winless track in the first race, what I should say. Like, I'm not risking that for 1 point in the next round. Because if I damage my car, then I have to pit and fix it. Just slow me down on our pit stop.
That was a really good lap.
And I'm just not about it. Because then what will happen is I'll get hit and I'll spin sideways and then my car will get like hit from 5 different angles, and then that will be the one time the game's like, caution, what? Even though the strict cautions are on, it has this moment where it's like, is this a caution yet? It's a lot better, but it occasionally has that one moment where it's like, caution, and it doesn't know for like a second, and I'm just like, I don't want to take those hits. It's not something I'm risking at all for a playoff point in the next round, because I don't need the 10 points. I have enough. But so do we have people staying out? Sure we do. We don't actually. So we can pit here for 4 new tires and repairs, which should bring us to the end of the race.
Ready. Steady. Okay, be smart out there. We're going green.
Let's just not destroy our car, destroy our tires getting through this field. Let's do it quickly. We have 12 laps to do it.
Outside, hold your line.
I shouldn't have too much concern heading into
Stay on the
the
bottom.
final little bit of
Steady.
this race here.
Outside, hold your line.
We're making our way through the field. We've gotten up to 10th place on the first lap. Kyle Larson leading a lap, along with
Get to the bottom. Steady. Outside, still there.
Matt Kenseth.
All clear.
Remember they used to have points for leading the first lap, leading the most laps? And leading a lap. I don't know why they got rid of that part. They should have still given those out. I guess if they do stages instead, I don't know.
Hold
They
your
should do
line.
both. You lead a lap, you still get a point. You lead the first lap, you still get 5 points. You lead the most laps, you still get is it 5?
Outside.
Or what was
Clear.
it, 5 laps? Pretty sure. So we have worked our way from back in, what was I, 20th? Back up to the front here.
Clear high, get up there.
If it was a real race, he would try to block my pass when I went for him in the corner. But he didn't. So we have 9 laps to go. question, do we have enough fuel? Oh, we have enough fuel. Do we have enough tires? Yeah, we should be fine. Gotta also remember, the cars behind me aren't even older tires than me. Because I pit and took tires, which cost me time. They pit without taking tires. Which cost they time. Alright, here we go. 7 to go here. 9 laps of fuel. Can we win Chicagoland? This is a track that I've had everything going right so far here. Winning stages, lead the most laps. Everything has gone right in our Busch non-alcoholic brew car. No, actually I should say our Busch non-alcoholic brew Jimmy John's Ford Fusion. There you go. Get all the sponsors in there. When you're saying sponsors of things that you haven't, products you haven't consumed in your life, yeah, it's here. Best car for me is the Target car. It's my place. Target fan. I like Target. I applied to Target once, actually twice. A fun story for you. Fun little fact. Little fact for you there, guys. Four to go. Here at Chicago land. Feeling good about the race. Now, up until 2017, in the format of the elimination style playoff, the driver who won Chicagoland did not go to win the championship. Because I know Brad Keselowski won it. Was it 2014, 2016, and Martin Truex won in 2015. So those 3 years, those drivers actually didn't make it to the final round. Or they made it to the final round and got eliminated or something, I don't know. Or was it the other way around, Martin Truex won it last year. Either way, I know that the driver that won Chicagoland did not win the race. It happened other times that the driver who won Chicagoland, which is the opening race, up until, was it 2010? Or was it 2011 to 2017, the opening race of the playoffs? I know that Tony Stewart won it in 2011 and went on to win that championship, but maybe he's the only one that won the opening race from Chicagoland. Because the opening race has been Chicagoland since 2011 or 2010, and from 2004 to whatever year, it was New Hampshire. Because I've been to the opening playoff race a couple times. Back, of course, it was the chase. But yeah, that's the thing.
You're almost out of gas.
What's the opening race going to be next year? Las Vegas? No, that's the second race. Is it Richmond? I don't think Richmond's the opening race. I don't know what the opening race is. We'll find out in a second. But we have won Chicagoland. Take that off my list. Oh boy. Yes. Yes, we did a thing. Alright. On to New Hampshire. We've qualified 7th.
Green, baby, let's go get it.
At New Hampshire. Oh my god.
Outside, hold your line.
Alright.
3 wide.
Alright. A little bit of contact from Johnson there sent me up the track. But it's okay, we're fine, we're fine.
All clear, all
A lot of speed to carry through that corner. Into the wall.
Inside, he's on your bumper.
Alright, 7 to go here in the first lap for stage. Teammate Kurt Busch out here leading the race, but we're going to take our Mobil 1 forward to the outside and try to pass him for the lead here, which we easily do here at New Hampshire. The second race in the playoffs this time. In 2018, I did just look it up, and it will be Las Vegas is the opening race for the playoffs. So the third opening race for the playoffs in the history of the playoffs. New Hampshire, again, from 2004 to whatever. Then Chicago and now Las Vegas. Richmond will be the second race, and Charlotte will be the elimination race, which is kind of crazy because it's a road course. Because now they're doing that road course thing for Charlotte. And you got Talladega, Kansas, and Dover. Unless, no, because they're back to back. They're not back to back. They have Charlotte, Dover, and then yeah. So Dover has like moved down the list. Dover was the second race, then the third race, and now it's like the fifth race. But I'm excited for the schedule for next season. I think it will be cool. I want to see how it all works out with this. I'm excited to race it, honestly. That's why I really hope they put a 2018 update in this game. Like, I have my money ready. Like, people making this game, if you're watching, my money is ready. You make an update, I will pay for it. With the money that I have ready in my system. My money is ready. $25 will be yours. $25, incorrect. $10 will be yours. I'm not paying $25 for an update to this game. But $10 like the 2017 one was for... What the 2017 one was for NASCAR Heat Evolution. That's where you get your money, bruh. I know you'd be selling them pit passes or hot pass or whatever you call it. Season passes, be honest here. And you'd be selling them. I see people commenting on Twitter all the time like, yo, I bought that shit, litty titty. In the comments, trust. I know how you get in that bank. So, don't be telling me, oh, we can't do that. No, incorrect. Reconsider. Reconsider your life, bruh. Reconsider. Here we go, down the front. Straight away to take the white flag on the stage. I don't know what they do. Don't know if they do anything. Yeah, I don't think they do anything for you. Sorry, bruh. Here we go, though. Down the front. That is how you win a race. I mean stage. I meant stage. Teammate Kurt Busch to the outside.
Nice and smooth here. We're going green. Outside, real tight.
Yikes, bad choice. Bad choice. Bad choice. Back out.
Hold the bottom. Still a car out there.
Back out of said
Clear,
situation. Back out of that situation. At the line, there will be 8 laps to go in stage number 2. That's right, not many laps in this stage, only 9. Because it's not, wasn't it like 10 at Chicagoland? So, it's not that bad. We have Dover up next. That's gonna be a yikes, guys. That's gonna be a yikes. That's about to be wild. I am not sure how prepared I am for Dover. If I'm honest. If I'm honest. I'm not ready. I'm really not. Holy shit. Here we go, though. We're making our way through stage number 2 here at New Hampshire, the only track that we had a win coming into this round in the playoffs. So the playoffs basically progressively get better. The first one starts off with 1 of 3, the second one's 2 of 3, the third one's 3 of 3, and the final one is 1 of 1. So basically the last 5 races of the playoffs we won at those tracks. In the first 5 we won 3 of 5. That's how it works, is we won... Isn't Charlotte the cutoff race? No, it's... No, actually that is incorrect information. I thought Charlotte was the cutoff race, but Kansas is the cutoff race.
Keep high. Still a car out there.
It's actually not true.
Outside's clear.
It's 3 of... No, we won 2 of the first 5. Right? No, wait, the first 5 is Chicagoland, New Hampshire, Dover, Charlotte, Talladega.
Inside still there.
The last 5 is Kansas, Texas, Martinsville, Phoenix,
Clear low, stay low.
Homestead.
All clear, driver. Inside, he's on your bumper.
So basically, yeah, it's 3 or 5 and then 4 or 5. Jimmy Johnson's kind of driven away here in the last lap.
Caution's out. Back her down.
Damn, I tried to crash him to get past him. So I crashed into him trying to pass him. Oh well. That's going to end stage number 2 with Jimmy Johnson, your stage winner. Not your race winner, your stage winner. That's the first stage in a while that we haven't won.
Green flag, green flag. Inside, he's on your bumper. 3 wide.
I'm going to back out of whatever situation was happening here.
Inside, still there.
Fucking Denny Hamlin, I swear to God. Dude's
Clear high.
fucking bitch. Only driver worse than Denny Hamlin is Kyle Busch.
The yellow's out.
And that is a fact. Hard fact, too. Not even like... No, it's definitely fact. Denny Hamlin's like up there. It's not even because he wrecked it, so I don't really care about that. It's kind of funny.
Nice and smooth here.
I mean, I definitely don't think that it's a good idea, but still, I'm not going to be like...
Green, baby, let's go get it. Outside, still there.
I don't really care about that. That's not what makes me not like him. I just don't like him because I don't like Denny Hamlin. Never really have.
Inside.
Or Ryan
The
Newman,
bottom's clear.
for that matter.
Clear up top.
I used to not like Jimmy Johnson when he was winning all the time. But I like Jimmy Johnson.
Still a car out there.
So there's 15 laps to go
Easy.
here at this specific race, New Hampshire. The playoffs always seem to be a little bit more difficult to win those races and dominate and like we do in some of the other ones, but
Hold your line.
gonna follow behind Jimmy Johnson here for as long as possible.
Clear low, stay low. Still a car out there. Yellow flag.
Using Jimmy Johnson as my brakes worked for a little bit. Until I like destroyed him in the corner.
Be ready. Nice and smooth here, we're going green. Outside. Green flag.
11 laps to go.
Outside.
14 on fuel. Denny Hamlin to the lead.
Easy. Inside, good drive off here. Easy in there, you're 3 wide.
This is what I'm saying. I'll race a little bit more aggressively at tracks that I've already won
Still there, he's outside. Clear high.
the race of. Chicagoland, I was not going to race that aggressively. Especially now there's only like 10 laps to go. Where in that race, it was for stage number 2. Say I raced harder for stage number 2 in this one. Because I'm like, oh, we can go for the stage. We already advanced, guaranteed, and we've already won New Hampshire, so it's not like a track we haven't won at, but you always see me race more carefully when it comes to Dover than I have raced these cars when they've caught up to me. Here, we're just hitting into each other, bouncing off each other, whatever. Putting our cars in the wall, and
green flag.
it's kind of races you want to see. You want to see like demolition derbies where
All clear.
all the drivers are racing really hard for first place. Like this is kind of what I want to see like in a race. You never will at New Hampshire because
Clear low, stay low. Steady. Inside, still there.
Because you won't.
Outside. Clear all around.
Because New Hampshire's a boring ass track and it's only won out by Toyota drivers in the past like four times. Actually, that's not true, but it's been kind of like because Kevin Harvick won there last year. Actually, was that 2 years ago? That was 2 years ago. It was last year. It was last year. 2016 he did.
We're going green.
Well, I guess
Green flag. Go.
it is.
Inside, still there. Clear low. Outside, real tight.
But last NASCAR season.
All clear.
I guess the last season, 2017 season as well. Alright, he won there in 2016. Okay. That was his second to last win in a Chevy. His last win in a Chevy was a Kansas. Three laps to go here at New Hampshire. Cars all beat up, all damaged. But we've been in some intense racing. I mean, the winner here, if it's not me, moves on to the round of 12 along with me. If it is me, I just add to my win list. That's kind of what I want. Kind of want to add to my win list. I don't want to let somebody else in. They have to earn it by beating me at Dover. Actually, please don't. Like right now, if I could say, if the game said, hey, if you lose this race, you're going to win Dover, I'd do it. But there's not an option for that. So we just got to try. And do what we must.
Final lap.
the final lap here? Interesting. Interesting. Yeah. Final lap, up off the corner. What the fuck? That's the one thing they don't have right is overtime in this game. Once you cross the white line, it's over. Not once you have overtime once, then it can be guaranteed over.
Be ready. Be ready. Check your belts. We're going green. Green flag.
I literally had a little bit further to drive. Now I'm going to do 2 laps, defend my lead. Fucking hell, man. Like, where was that caution? Like 5 laps to go, so the race could be like a lot closer to finish. See, once I cross the line, now y'all can wreck and do whatever you need. Y'all crash, pile up, whatever. But really, 2 seconds left in the race, and they're like, you're just gonna have to wait a couple seconds. Now here we go, up off the corner. Turn 4, down the front straightaway to win at New Hampshire and win number 21 on the season. We now head to the track that's hurt us the most. Alright, this is it. We've qualified first at the track that has pained us for now 11 total NASCAR series on the channel. 11. Because if we count the 9 NASCAR Heat series and the 2 series here, well, I guess we'll say 10.5. Because it hurt us again in the first one. Something always happens at Dover. Season 1 here, we won both stages in the first race, so we'll say the spring race. In season number 1, we won both stages, and right here at this spot, blew a tire and did endless burnouts because there was no strict cautions at the time. We're trying to get the car back straight, but it wouldn't work. And then in the end of season number 2, in the playoff race, first round of the playoffs, we wrecked in every single race. So, that brings us to the first race of Dover, the spring race in season 2. And that season saw us racing Dover in a very interesting way. We almost won it. The car stayed out in pit, and that's why I'm super picky on making sure that nobody else pit if I'm not pitting. If I know that there's not a stage anymore, like if the stage is over, I want to make sure, like, after stage 1 I'm not really concerned, but once stage 2 is over, that's when I want to make sure who's pitting. If anybody's pitting, I want to know about it. That's the thing at the beginning of the episode how I mentioned Timmy Hill winning a race. That was Dover. He stayed out and I didn't know it. And everybody else pit except for him. And had the race gone a little bit longer, or there'd been a caution, I would have been able to catch him. But there was neither. The race didn't go longer because it was set at 52 laps. And no caution ever came out. Had a caution came out, we would have won Dover at the beginning of season 2. NASCAR Heat season 2, NASCAR season 11. I'm not going to do that technicality terms like that, but that's the thing. We've had 10.5 seasons of losing Dover. The only track in the NASCAR series that we haven't won in either game. Dover's the only one. There's only 2 tracks we haven't won in this game, in this series. And we're pretty close in the Xfinity Series to having all tracks won as well. We have not won Iowa yet. There's 4 in the Truck Series we haven't won. Iowa, Kansas. So Iowa's sort of like Dover, and Kansas are just... I don't know why we haven't won Kansas yet, honestly. It's confusing to me, but... I know why we didn't win Kansas in the Truck Series. We didn't have a good truck that race. We really didn't. That was earlier in the season. I remember going there and just trying, but I could never get to the front. That was the same thing actually in the Cup Series. Kansas, for some reason, just hasn't been good to us in this season. And then, what else do we have? What's the other track called? Gateway. Gateway? Gateway. Is it Milwaukee? Milwaukee, Gateway, one of those two. They're like the same track. They're not, but they're... It's Gate... Is it Gate? No. I don't know which one it is. But one of those two. Gateway? Yeah, it is Gateway, because it's the arches there. It says St. Louis. There's a car stuck at the end of a road there. So Gateway we didn't win. We almost did, but a caution came out right as I got past coming to the line. Actually, the replay did show that I had first, but the game didn't give it to me. And where else did I not win in the Truck Series? Dover? Is it Dover? I feel like it's Dover. Let's be honest here. It's probably Dover. I know it's Kansas, Gateway, and Iowa. So we have 4 left in the trucks, 2 left in the Cup, and 1 left in the Xfinity. I should have said it the other way. I should have said 4 in the truck, 1 in the Xfinity, 2 in the Cup. Said the right way. Final lap of stage number 1 here at Dover. Nothing to get too excited about yet, though. That is for sure. Nothing to get hyped over yet. Because we definitely haven't wrapped it up here. Alright, let's see what we did do in the trucks. I closed the app. Oops. For the Truck Series, Kansas, Dover, Gateway, and Iowa. And 2 of those tracks are ones that we finished second place, because I wrote down where I finished at them. I finished 2nd at Kansas and 2nd at Gateway, 5th at Dover, and 17th at Iowa. I didn't write that down for the Xfinity Series or the Cup Series.
We're going green. Inside, he's on your bumper.
Still very, very interesting stuff there.
All clear, all clear. Outside, real tight.
I don't really know when I should pit, when I shouldn't pit.
Get to the bottom, get to the bottom. Hold your line.
All I know is that I want to win this race. Really, really bad. I think everybody's going to pit at the end of this stage. I know I'm pitting at the end of the stage. I don't care if the computer AI admits or not.
Outside's clear.
I'm doing it.
Clear quick.
Lap 3 of 13.
Stay low, stay low. Easy, easy. All clear. That was a great lap.
Alright.
Go high, go high. Still
Lap
a
4
car
of
out there.
13. Trying to cross Dover off the list.
Steady.
That's it. It's time for her to, like,
Stay on the bottom.
celebration.
Hold steady wheel. Clear high, quick. That was a really good lap. clear high. Get up there.
Martin
Inside,
Truex
still there.
going through the
All clear, all clear.
corner. They're
The
getting
bottom's
pushed.
clear.
He's going to
The
actually
leader's
pit this
entering the
time,
pits this lap.
which gives us the race lead here. Very interesting spot we're in here. We're going to see how many... Because you can go 18 laps here without pitting. And we'll see how many laps are going to be left in the race when the caution comes out at the end of stage number 2. Like, are we going to see a situation where we have to pit under green? Or can we pit at the end of the stage and then go the rest of the way? Because I feel like 18 laps makes sense for the final run. It just does. We'll see. Denny Hamlin and Kurt Busch pit alongside me, because they were back there in the restart with me. So the question is it something where they're pitting? I don't see why they pit if they pit under caution, but you never know. And we're putting so much into pitting this time where other tracks sort of like, it's going to all fold out in the end, unfold, whatever. But holy shit.
Alright, we're halfway this lap.
It's just, you've noticed how well we've raced. Like, they said we're at halfway now, which means we've done 23 laps. So, take into account 23 minus 3, it's going to be 20. I don't know why I paused there, because, I was here's why I paused, okay? I said 23 minus 3, but I was already doing the next math in my head. I was already doing if you take away caution laps from 20. That's why I didn't say the answer. Okay, so we're going to do 23 minus 3, which is going to be 20, obviously. Then you have to factor in, like, how many caution laps there are at the end of stage 2. Because we're going to be at 23 laps to go at the end of the stage. Or we're going to be at 20 to go at the end of the stage. Okay? You factor that in, you should be at about 18 laps to go. Which is what we can go on fuel. So the question is, do we stay out, run a lap, then come in and pit? Or do we pit, run a lap, come in, get a lap of fuel? Or do we run a couple laps? That's the question. I think it also has to do with what these guys behind me do. Joey Logano, Denny Hamlin, Jimmy Johnson, Brad Keselowski. We're going to see their names pop up in a couple seconds here on the slide when it says, do you want to pit? And that's when we're going to figure out what to do. So it's us, like, first 9 drivers. So it looks like Martin Truex finished 9th at the end of that. Oh, so it's the first 8 drivers, right? Truex is 9th. Now, a very, very interesting situation here. I think we don't pit. Because everybody besides Martin Truex, that's all back there, is 2 laps down. So,
Stay sharp, the green's coming.
we're in a very advantageous position right now. Where we can kind of stay out. Because if we didn't stay out, everybody gets a lap back. Everybody on the track gets a lap back. So that means that all the cars that have a lap back, except just Martin Truex, where he got the free pass because you get 1 lap back. So that's why he's only 1 lap down. So now there's 18 laps to go. So I'd say when this tire gets down to 15%. We dive into pit road. So whatever lap that is.
Inside still there.
So this lap coming up, we're going to pit.
Those tires can't last much longer.
Get us
Clear all
4
aisle.
new ones.
Inside still there.
Oh my god, you gotta be kidding me.
Inside he's on your bumper.
There's some shit that would happen at Bristol to us. It really is. What's the tire at? 12%. That's a concern now. If we slide up here and somebody gets by us, we're in a problem. Thought I blew out
Those
the tires for a
tires
second.
can't last much longer. Watch your speed.
35. Okay. This is it. This is the final pit stop of the race. Right now we need like a caution so I can get my pit stop, be back in the lead. But what's basically going to happen is now I'm a lap down, which means that all the other cars have their lap back on me. So that means that all the cars that I lapped as the leader should only be a lap down, which puts Martin Truex back on the lap. But all the other cars that are here are going to put me 2 laps down. I'll get my lap back on them when they pit. So does basically give Martin Truex the lead? In essence. So I'm basically racing all the cars that are 2 laps down for position now.
Outside still there.
I'm not battling Truex for position though, am I?
Easy.
Let's see,
Inside he's on your
Truex
bumper.
is 8th. I want to pass him back then.
Easy.
Stay a lap up on him. Because Truex is going to be the driver, kind of like the deciding factor here. Because is he going to end up the race leader? Because he was only 1 lap down. Where it should cycle out to be me being second to him.
Still a car out there.
Is how I'm
Inside he's on your bumper.
figuring this out.
Easy.
Because I'm only 24 seconds back to the
Inside he's on
leader
your
now.
bumper.
24 seconds back to the leader.
All clear, all
Truex.
clear.
We'll see what we can do if cars are pitting or what.
Still there, he's outside. Clear low. Inside, good drive off here.
I'm super
Clear low.
confused by this pit strategy that's sort of sprung up on us here.
All clear.
Now, had that been a caution, that would have changed everything yet again. So Jimmy Johnson here is in 15th.
10 to go. Keep it up. Caution's out. Back her down.
So now who's pitting, who isn't? I don't even know what's happening. We're in 8th now somehow. And we're behind his pit.
Steady. Stay sharp. The green's coming. Inside. Green, baby. Let's go get it. Hold your line.
Alright, the outside of Dover here, very, very
Easy. Hold your
tricky
line.
position to be
Clear low.
in.
Get down there. 3 wide.
definitely not where you want to be.
Clear high, quick. 5 to go.
5 laps to go, guys.
Outside, hold
This
your
is
line.
it. 5 laps to go. We're passing Denny Hamlin, the race leader, with 5 laps to go. So many wild things have gone down in this Dover race that we have to win it at this point. There's been
That was your best lap ever.
cars going 2 laps down, tires going down with like 12% left in them, and weird pit cycles that put me in 16th place. And every single thing that you would think of that would happen in a race at Dover has happened, except for a caution right now, which will then cause me to get crashed, and I will fly into the catch fence, destroying the entirety of my car. Where then, somehow in a not full damage mode, my engine will get destroyed, catch on fire, and I will finish in 40th place. But until that happens, we're leading Dover with 2 to go. Joey Logano has caught up to
2
us,
laps to go.
and he's going to be the one to put us into that catch fence. But for now, we're just going to run the bottom line of the track. Where you want to be, at Dover. This car's got a lot of damage to the front end. Nothing we could do about it under caution or under our pit stop.
Last lap.
1 lap to go at Dover. This is it. Run that bottom line the entire way. Run the bottom line again. No mistakes here can be made. Logano getting to us.
Great job.
We finally have done it. Oh, yes. Oh, boy. After so many tries, over a year of trying to win Dover, I have nothing to say to that. Like, that's the championship right there. I don't care about the rest of it now. 22 wins on the season. We are on the edge of so many different things right now. We're on the edge of the record for NASCAR Heat 2 wins in general. We are 1 win away from tying Season 1 of the Xfinity Series. We have won Dover, okay? This track has been so difficult over the past year, as I've said, for a long time doing this series. NASCAR Heat Evolution, never winning Dover, and we have done it today. 11 seasons. 11 NASCAR seasons on this channel. I'm showing this. I don't even care. Look at that. That's our trophy. He won Dover. Oh, boy. Imagine they put win stickers on the car for actually winning the championship. Like the amount of wins we had, because there were 22 wins at the time. I have nothing left to say, but wow. We won Dover. That's that. That's it. That's the episode. That's... Oh. I'm genuinely, like, shook. Won Dover. Well, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I know this was going to be one of the best episodes of the series we've ever had. We still got 3 more episodes to go. The round of 12, round of 8, and the championship 4. We'll bring this car the rest of the time. We took 2 tracks off the list. Chicagoland, and of course, Dover. What a race. All the stuff is in the next episode to win Kansas, and we'll have won every track in the Cup Series.